You get rid of the names. Good morning. All right, guys. Awesome. Well, another beautiful Wednesday. Before we get started, let's hear from one of our lovely sponsors. I think we're going to hear from Yvette Meyer. Let's listen to Yvette.
Your clients are most concerned with their $6,000 to $7,000 air conditioning unit in their home when it's triple-digit heat here in Arizona. And Ober Public Home Protection has got you covered. On our Platinum plan, if we cannot repair, we replace with no age restriction. Yes, entire air conditioning unit systems. We also cover $1,000 in modification that's always necessary when we replace units. And we have no pound or dollar limit on refrigerant. Most home warranty companies now have a pound or dollar limit on the R22 refrigerant because it's tripled in cost, or they don't cover it at all. And we will cover that with no pound or dollar limit. Remember Old Republic Home Protection on your next contract. We greatly appreciate your business.
All right. Well, we greatly appreciate Yvette Meyer. Today we're going to talk about achieving great success. Depends a lot on your mindset. I mean, obviously, we do MidWeek MindFreak because it is all about the mind and it affects your success. When we go over that, how we think directly affects the outcome, not the other way around. It's not you wait for the outcome for it to affect your mindset. So it's understanding first what your mindset is. Our thoughts. It's our thoughts that determine our decisions and actions. So this week on MidWeek MindFreak, we're going to talk about the 5 mindsets to create success.
Chuck and Angela run multiple million-dollar companies. They are members of Riz Media's Billionaire Club, have coached and mentored thousands of agents, and are international speakers. They say by radically changing your mindset, not only can you change your outlook on life, but affect the actual results you obtain. Welcome to MidWeek MindFreak.
Well, welcome. Before we get started, we got some good morning from Tampa.
Nice.
All right, Aaron. Hope you're probably enjoying beautiful weather like we do here in Arizona. And our faceless user in the parking lot at Verizon.
Which I know who that is.
I think she might be with a little Tweedledee and Tweedledum there. Anyway, well, good morning to you guys. Mindset is what differs between those who succeed and those who do not. I'm going to tell you, you can just sum that up. If you're not succeeding, you have the wrong mindset. And, those are what we'll be going over today. But if you're serious about achieving success, and success in life can vary from person to person, but it could be in any area of your life, you must learn to master your mindset. You must be cognizant of it. You must know what you're doing, what you're thinking, and that will help you achieve goals beyond your wildest dreams is what we always say. When actions change, results will follow. Guaranteed. I guarantee. In short, what you think you become.
That's right.
Proverbs 23:7, as someone thinks within himself, so he is. And we really believe that. But it might sound easy in theory to change your mindset, to start thinking differently, but don't get fooled. The simplicity of it, it's not a one-night success. It's not overnight. And I think that falls into a lot of things we talk about, that people look for instant gratification, instant change. So you have to understand you need to be fully responsible. It is up to you. I'm tired of people that point fingers at every little thing. No, I'm not saying that there's some circumstances or whatever that you could say, well, that affected my mindset, but basically it's all up to you. So we're going to talk about some tools. I'm finding it hard to breathe.
I can see that.
House.
I can see that.
I'm struggling to stay alive today.
You want me to talk for a little bit?
Let's go into the 5 things.
Okay. You ever, why are there some people who are born into incredibly hard circumstances and they spend their whole life rising up to greatness? And why are there other people who are basically born with a silver spoon in their mouth and they end up with ruined lives.
Like when they come out, there's a spoon in their mouth?
Yeah, silver one.
Oh,
And how about people with a really shitty dad?
oh. I
And
didn't have a shitty dad.
and some grow up, you didn't.
Yeah.
And some grow up having daddy issues the rest of their life, and some grow up and have wonderful relationships. What is the difference? Now, I don't deny that the fact that there's circumstances that affect you. That's absolutely true of every person. Some things you can control, but most things you can't. You can't control your skin color. You can't control the circumstances you were born
I
into.
can control my skin color.
Not that
I
much.
just lay out in the sun.
And you can't control your gender. Well, I don't know about that part. But anyway, I think part of the difference of how people end up are a result of their choices and their mindset, like Chuck said. And here's the difference. You always have a choice on your mindset. You don't get to choose a lot of things in this world. You know, a lot of these things.
Oh,
We're back. I don't know what's going on.
All right.
Okay, hopefully we're back. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like
doesn't look promising. But so the difference between a growth mindset and a fixed mindset. Basically, a fixed mindset is you don't think that you have any control over anything. You're a victim. Everything happens to you. Everything's about your circumstances and how they affect you in a negative way most of the time. A growth mindset is different. Circumstances actually affect you, but you can change everything because you have this choice to not be a victim.
Mm-hmm.
And you have this choice to work on your mindset, and you can react to circumstances the way you choose to react to circumstances.
Yeah, the next one is let go of always needing to be right.
God, I have a hard time.
I
do. I have a hard time.
So many people. I mean, we live in a world that everyone thinks they're right. You know, here's the sad part. None of us are right most of the time. And right is a matter of opinion sometimes. Both parties can be right. And that's one thing that I learned early on in relationships. My relationship with you taught me that it's not always, I could be right, but you could be right also. But anyway, there's a guy named Ray Dalio, and he's probably one of the richest men in the world that people never even heard of. And he is the owner of Bridgewater Associates. He's an investor, a hedge fund manager. And here's a story about Ray. In the early 1980s, Ray predicted a major crash in the stock market. And so he traded accordingly, thinking of that. And he was so convinced he was right. And when it didn't happen, he went bankrupt. I mean, literally went bankrupt because he was so convinced he was right. But the moral to the story is he actually learned from that and went on to now being one of the richest men in the world. He's a multi-billionaire. But what Ray learned from that is that he can't hang on, that he is right in everything and just, what is that, plant your flag in saying this is it and I'm going to be all in. And one of the things that Ray really does now with his staff and his interns, he always wants people to challenge him on why he's wrong. And, that's one of the things that I say all the time, because, both of our personalities, being drivers, we think we're right all the time. But I shouldn't say I don't.
No, we
think
don't think
I'm
we're right all the time, but we sound like we think we're right all the time.
Yeah, so I love to be challenged. I'm very open to. That's why when we talk about who you surround yourself with matters, which is a big deal. You need to surround yourself with people that are going to build you up, and one way of building you up is challenging you on your thought process. That is actually what makes you grow. And I think that's a big thing on why people don't grow in this world is because they all think they're right in everything they do. and which leads to that one word called humility.
Mhm.
And a lot of people lack humility, and they always want to be right. The fact is, you, me, everyone on this planet is wrong about a lot of things. Nobody has their shit together.
That's true.
That's one of the things me and Angela learned growing big companies, and then looking at people that you always looked up to. And I'm not saying they're not smart, but you think they know it all. You think, God, man, once I know everything, I can get there. Not true.
Yeah,
Not
everybody
true.
has difficulties. Everybody.
Yeah, there is one thing I could tell you to be sure about is that we're not always right. So that's a big one. Don't always think that you're right in everything, and get some humility.
I like that one. My favorite one is this one. Get to work. This is like an incredible concept. Let me explain what I mean. Do you know that there are all kinds of people who won't get to work until they feel inspired or they feel motivated? This is especially true for projects or ideas you want to develop or things you want to accomplish. Actually, I bet you most people walk around not even having things they want to accomplish, projects, ideas they want to develop. I cannot imagine not having some big project or some idea to develop. I can't imagine it. That would be horrible. And right now, we could literally make a list of the projects we want to tackle. I didn't even warn him ahead of time, Chuck here, my husband, and I didn't even warn him, but I'm 100% confident if I said, hey, make me a list of projects or things that you want to develop. Like, give me one.
Things I want to develop?
Yeah, give me anything.
A training system.
Yeah, I mean, there's never not something. I know this because we get to work. And you know what? Everyone has it wrong. You don't get inspired and get motivated and then you get to work.
Nope.
It's the opposite. You know what? You don't sit around waiting to feel inspired and motivated. You actually get to work, and you know what happens? You get inspired and you get motivated. It's the other way around.
You know, one of the big things is, whenever you're in mastermind groups or even a group that we're mastermind, like we did the other day with Greg, just the three of us, as we speak, we're inspired and projects and ideas come out of it. It's not having that lazy mindedness and just even being lazy. God, that's one thing that grates on me to no end. I hate to say it. I cannot sit in front of someone that points fingers at everybody else for things that don't go right.
It's awful.
It is.
It sucks the life right out of you.
It's like grow a pair and freaking work.
I know, and I'm not saying I never have had this day when I don't feel like working. I'm not saying that at all, but you know what? I just get up and get to work. I don't think to myself, do I feel like it? Do I want to? Am I motivated? Am I inspired? I don't think that. That's not even my process because I have enough experience getting to work to know that those things will come, and that's a reward from getting to work.
Absolutely.
It's crazy. I love that concept.
I mean, we can go down to
a rabbit hole right there.
A rabbit hole with that one topic, but most of you suffer from that. And remember, this is trying to have a conversation on how do you become successful. And if you're not successful, I'm going to tell you, you don't work. You don't work, you don't use your mind, you don't have passion. All those things go together. I mean, we have someone that literally I almost want to put my hands around his neck
and, I know it is.
and just go, figure this shit out, do something. Stop doing the same thing over and over and over. Stop being lazy-minded and expect results.
Yeah, you know what a really good example is, and this might not resonate with you, but you'll get the concept, is somebody who wants to write. They want to write a book, they want to write an article, a blog, whatever. Do you know that the best way to write is to just start writing?
They all
start writing. You don't even need to know. Just start writing. Just write anything that's going. And all of a sudden, ideas develop. It's like when we start to talk about something new. Why do we brainstorm and talk it through? Because as we talk through it, the idea develops. You get to work. Oh my gosh, I'm so passionate about that.
Yeah, and and if you're out there listening and you're like, okay, it sounds good. I have a tough time doing it. The other thing, and remember, everything just keeps flowing together, is who are you surrounding yourself with? Who are the 5 people, the 5 closest people, or the 3 closest people, or even 2? What are they doing to motivate you during the day? And I'm talking about maybe not so much friends, but let's talk about business right now because we're talking about success, maybe in business. Who are 2, 3, 4 people that you could say, I want to be around them, and we all think the same, and now you grow. So if you find yourself very stagnant, look who you're around. You're around us. I guarantee you won't be stagnant.
Nope.
Guaranteed. The next one is see the world for what it is, not for what you wish it could be. And I think a lot of the successful people always believe that they have enough opportunities to achieve success.
Mhm.
And I think way too often, and I'm gonna tell you, social media, the news, any type of media, is brainwashing you guys and sucking the life out of your mind to go doom and gloom. There's problems. There's this. There's that. Look, I'm not saying there's no issues. It's not what we're talking about. I'm not saying, oh, this conspiracy theory or that one. I'm not saying they're real or they're not real. What I am saying is you spend so much time and energy trying to change the world,
Circumstances.
the society we live in, to in your form, in what you want it to be. It's not going to happen. That's a Pollyanna pipe dream. Now, I'm not saying don't stand up for what you believe in, and that's why I want you to be clear on what I'm saying, because we all fall prey to this. I'm talking about being consumed to debate on Facebook and social media. And I'm tired of hearing people say, oh, when is it going to go back to the way it was? Never. Look, it's almost like people in the early 1900s, and then, I don't know, when cars came out, and all of a sudden cars came out. And they
When
go,
can we have horses back?
We want our horses back. When is the world going to be that way? We don't want electronics or TVs. Look, this mindset, it's a mindset.
Yeah, it's getting stuck is what it is. It's deciding to get stuck.
Yeah, like living, you want to preserve whatever you had because you maybe thought that was comfortable.
I don't know what it is. I can't
Think
think that
about
way.
it. And it's a scarcity mindset. It will destroy you, literally destroy you. So, and I caught, you know what? Prime example. So we recently went to Puerto Rico for a leadership mastermind. And all everybody kept saying is, now if you're not vaccinated, they're going to make you quarantine for 7 days. And it was like, I started to go down this, getting my mind sucked of anger and this and the stupidity and boasting. And I wanted people to join in and entertain my anger. And here's what I did. Shame on me. I started bringing other people angry about it. And so I'm literally, my negative thought process actually affected others too.
And we know that. That's why we try to stay away from it.
So I caught myself and literally said, look, I can't control it. It is what it is. We're going. And then I said, if we are quarantined, guess what? I'm going to be quarantined with my beautiful wife.
That's right. That's not so bad.
In Puerto Rico, looking at the ocean, and we're going to make the best of it. And my whole mindset shifted. That it wasn't, and it didn't affect my days leading up to it, nor going there. And then all that worry and all that beginning anger, we got
for
there.
naught.
Zero quarantine. Guys didn't even make us swim.
Say it was for naught.
It was for naught. What the hell's a
for naught? Naught.
I thought this was like a French word. For naught. Oh.
No. Oh no, that's not French. So
wait, I'm not done. I am not
Get on
done.
with it, sir.
So the thing is here's what I challenge you is to have a growth mindset, to champion other people instead of beating down their success and worrying what the economy is doing and where is it going. Look, there's enough. There is so much money out there. And look, money's not everything, but we're talking about being successful and doing it. Stop worrying, go do this, live your life, and stop trying to change everything. You're not going to.
That's right. And so the last one's pretty simple, but we need to be reminded define success internally, not externally. So I actually like this. I never heard this story, but there was a famous model, Amanda Perez, and she was a model in Colombia, and her career was skyrocketing, and she was experiencing all of this success, and then she disappeared. Like literally disappeared. People thought she was
She got
kidnapped.
raptured?
No, they thought she was kidnapped or worse, or they didn't know. And 5 years later, she pops up out of nowhere. Well, apparently what had happened is she found God. And so she started working with like the poor kids in Colombia and all this stuff, and had a complete epiphany about how she, and in her mindset, I don't want to be a model externally for commercial use. I want to be a model for women internally, for the dignity of women and for to serve others. So obviously we know, I mean, we've all met that beautiful person who's actually ugly. You know, like they look really beautiful till you get to know them and you're like, bleh, like you just look ugly to me. And that's, we all know that. But some of us work harder on our external appearance than our internal work.
That's beautiful. You just happen to have both.
Thanks,
you are
honey.
the perfect
So do you,
package.
my beautiful husband.
No, far from it.
But anyway, I mean, that's like something that I think we all inherently know, but we need to be reminded.
Yeah, you know, to sum it all up, every great success requires dedication.
Dedication.
Yeah, dedication. I was combining dedication and commitment.
You did a good job.
Dedication, commitment, and the willingness to stretch, to get out of your comfort zone. You know, without change, without you changing, there wouldn't be any progress in life. You know, we were just speaking to one of, now a good friend of mine, of ours, and she has a dream, a vision to buy a building and to get this lot. And that's great. We dreams are great, but if there's no action behind it to move forward, they remain dreams and they remain visions. And so and sometimes it's hard to take that step. So challenge you today, take the step, take the action, change your mindset, and I guarantee you're going to change your life.
I agree.
And what you achieve to get out of it. So we appreciate everybody tuning in this week. Hello, Laura. How are you today? It was
Thank
great
you, Laura
seeing
Schmidt.
you a few weeks ago. And anyway, guys, have a great day. If you're interested in hearing about what it means to partner with us, reach out to us. We're always looking for partners all over the country.
And there's still a few more days left to vote for us as one of the top 125 successful people. And that's
No, not successful people.
What is it?
God, 120 top successful people.
100.
We're Success Magazine's most influential people.
That's it. Sorry.
So if you go to 125.success.com, look us up, give us a vote. You can vote every day. Goes till the end of the month. We'd love that honor. We're blessed. So thank you guys. God bless you. Have a great